Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Brian with Panther Chameleon. Just coming on. I wanted to talk about humidity and how we keep the humidity in and how we do our misting here at Panther Chameleon. We get a bunch of these questions daily, and I figured I'll just do a video. Probably put this video up on YouTube. That way people can see how we're doing it. Again, this is how we're doing it. Doesn't mean you have to do it exactly the way we are doing it, obviously. We are in Massachusetts, so our weather could be a lot different than yours. But I'm going to show you what works for us, how we do not have any respiratory infections in this room. Our humidity is right on. We're very lucky to have this room. Doing this in our basement and being able to control the temps and the humidity is a big plus. Trust me when you're doing this. When we were doing it at our old place, for whatever reasons, it was a much smaller room, which was making the humidity too much all the time. We were having a hard time pulling it out. And using dehumidifiers, which like this one is great. It's hooked to the sink. I don't have to empty it. I have another one in the other room. However, those things throw out a lot of heat. So doing it in a small room was actually causing our room to be too hot. So it can be tricky doing all this, but this room is working out perfect. This heat doesn't really matter. It just moves around the room. It keeps this room actually perfectly temperature, actually. So I'm just going to explain how we do it. Sit back, listen. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Again, you might have to do it different depending where you live. This is just what we do. This is our opinion, and this is what works for us. So what we do is we only mist during the night. We mist at 7 p.m., 12 a.m., and then we do it again at 7 a.m. right before the lights come on. So right before the lights go out, we mist. We mist again at midnight, and then we mist again in the morning at 7 a.m. We mist for 3 minutes at a time. We have 4 different Mist King systems in this room. This main system right here has a 15-gallon holding tank, which we go through about 12 gallons of it. So it has to be filled up every day. We have another 5-gallon bucket over here that we use just for our Parsons because she gets a lot more water than the rest of the Chameleon. So those go off for 5 minutes at a time, and we do shut the lights off at 1 o'clock. We kind of make it into like a thunderstorm type thing, and we water again for 3 minutes, just so she gets more water during her day, because Parsons and Mellors need more water. So we have another Mist King system in this other room right here that runs just this back sidewall right here in these cages at the bottom. Again, this is a 5-gallon. This one we use about 4 gallons a night. So there's about 17 cages or 18 cages on this system. And then we have another system out here for Rennie, which runs a lot. And we have a fogger for him. So we have a couple different ones. We also have one more system that's under here. I'm not going to dig it out under there. There's one more system that runs these cages right here. Again, it runs about 5 gallons. There's the bucket over there. So we have a lot of Mist King systems in here. And this is one of the reasons we're able to get the humidity as high as we can in this room. Obviously, I close it off from this room at night. Everything in this room is pretty much waterproof, including the ceiling tiles. They're fiberglass. The floor is obviously just painted epoxy with a sealer on top. And then all these walls are what you see like in public bathrooms. They're fiberglass. They're RFP, they call them. They're really expensive. This is where we put most of the money. And all this baseboard, this is plastic. So everything's plastic. And then where we framed, we used pressure treated wood. So everything's pretty waterproof in this room. We used dry lock on the back concrete walls. I left them concrete walls on purpose this time because I didn't want to enclose the room too much. I wanted to be able to breathe, and the concrete gets a little bit cooler, which is nice, so it keeps this room a little bit cooler at night. So we can get our temps in at night down here till 56, 57 degrees, especially in the winter. It's very easy just to open up the window a little bit and get some cool air in here, blow that in. Fans, guys. Fans are important. There's one in that window. There's one here. There's one in the corner right there running. There's this Vornado. I like these Vornados because they move the air more. We actually have that big air mover right here. There's another one up in the ceiling right here. So air movement is another thing that helps to get rid of the humidity as well as keeping it in this room. So our humidity at night last night was 78%. That's pretty good. I'd like to see it in the 80s, but 78%, I can live with that. And then during the day, I like to keep it around 45 to 50%. So We don't water it during the day, except for the one person gets it, and Rennie gets it out there, our mellers. And we've had no issues. During the summer when it's really hot down here, we have an ice maker down here. Carol and I will throw ice cubes on top of these cages. One, it cools it down a little bit, and two, they get water from it, so they get a drip. But that's all we do. In the winter, it's a little harder to get the humidity up because our humidity drops so much in the winter. So we'll probably kick on the Mist King system for an extra minute every time we water, and that will help. But we'll play it by ear and see what's going on. So you do have to adjust sometimes, guys, depending on your weather. That's how we do it. I know a lot of people ask us how we keep the humidity in, keep the water in. We use this corrugated plastic. Let me show you on this one right here. This is a corrugated plastic. We just screw them right into the cage using these little 1/4-inch screws. If you look, almost every cage has them. And then we use them as dividers so the chameleons can't see each other as well. You can buy Bill Strand's cages. I highly recommend them. You know, they got solid sides on them. You don't have to go through all this. But honestly, that's all we do here. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. I'm going to start making these videos more often, trying to show you how we do things in here. I want you guys to be successful. I want you guys to learn. And again, you don't have to do it exactly the way we're doing it, because by no means we're experts. This is what we do here. This is how we've been successful doing it. If you have any questions, please DM me. Check us out on framscams.com as well. We're always here to help you guys, and I hope everybody's having a great day.